This morning, opening statements are set to begin in the trial over a deadly track meet stabbing.
It's a case that we followed very closely from the beginning. Karmelo Anthony is accused of killing Austin Metcalf last spring at that high school track meet.
Janelle Ford is live outside the Collin County Courthouse this morning, where the jury is now seated. But Janelle, there are questions about how that jury was formed.
Well, look, Dia and Matt, we're still about 3 hours away from opening statements. 12 jurors and 6 alternates have been chosen, and they will judge whether Karmelo Anthony is in fact guilty of murder. Before that jury was seated, though, the defense made an objection tied to race, asking a judge to reinstate 3 people prosecutors had removed. The defense said those 3 were the only people left in the pool of potential jurors who said they identified as African American. Prosecutors said they removed those jurors because all 3 are educators, and the judge allowed the removals. Our legal expert was inside the courtroom and explained what prosecutors had to show in that moment.
You have to give race-neutral reasons why certain jurors or a group of individuals were struck. And in this case, the state had a reason. They were educators.
But that decision has raised concern from activists. The Next Generation Action Network said, quote, when qualified jurors are excluded in a manner that appears to systematically eliminate representation from a community directly impacted by the outcome of a case, it creates legitimate concerns about whether justice can truly be administered fairly and impartially. There is also important context that I want to add here. Reporters and the public were not in the room when the jurors were questioned. So right now, we have not seen the full jury panel and cannot say the racial, age, or gender makeup of the jury. We do, however, expect to see them in court today. And there are also no cameras. Live streams or audio recordings allowed inside the courtroom, and a gag order prevents attorneys, families, witnesses, and investigators from speaking publicly about the case. So from here, much of what we learn will come from our reporters and legal expert inside the courtroom. Again, proceedings are scheduled to begin at 9 o'clock this morning. That is when jurors will hear each side begin to explain what they say happened at that Frisco ISD track meet when Austin Metcalf was killed. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you so much, Janelle. From start to finish, we'll bring you complete coverage of what's happening inside the courtroom. Make sure to watch after the trial on WFAA+. Our team will break down the latest developments of each day in court at 8 p.m.